Good afternoon. Okay, you can do better than that. Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm Betsy Stowe, the pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Franklin, and on behalf of the church, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you to this concert to benefit the Black Mountain Home for Children, Youth, and Families. As most of us know, the Black Mountain Home started in 1904, fostering orphan children, who in some cases were abandoned, abused, and neglected. Today, it serves youth from birth through college and beyond. We'll hear more about the Black Mountain Home later in the program. For now, without further ado, I'll turn over the program to our MC, Mr. Barry Clinton.
Thank you, Betsy. If you've never heard Betsy's sermons on Sunday morning, you're welcome to be here at 10 o'clock. It's inspirational. You'll love it. A couple of housekeeping notes. First off, you know where the exits are. You see the exits. Nothing's going to happen. But more importantly, the bathrooms are down the hall. So keep that in mind. The program this afternoon marks our 20th annual concert in support of the Black Mountain Home. And for 20 years, we've tried to do what we can to lend a hand. But this year is a particularly important year due to the lingering effects of Hurricane Helene and the loss of some critical state funding. And also, they lost their baby last year in federal funding as well. So we hope and pray that you're feeling generous today. Where was that? This is usually done by my friend Neil Keenan. So I'll avoid hiccups if all possible. The concert is sponsored by our mission and service team here at First Presbyterian Church and championed by our own Mrs. Cynthia Morgan. She is passionate about this support that we've been providing for all these years. She's done a great job promoting what we do on behalf of the Black Mountain Home. The program today, the performances have been arranged by Mr. Frank Armato, and you'll enjoy his music today, I promise. My name is Barry Clinton. I am a long-standing member here at First Presbyterian Church. I learned how to be a Presbyterian when I was in the Navy. A chaplain was Presbyterian. At that point, I'm not sure what I was actually. So it'd be my pleasure to introduce all the entertainers today. I want to thank you in advance for your contributions to Black Mountain Home. And First Presbyterian Church will match the first $1,500 donated. If you prefer to contribute by check, please make it payable to Black Mountain Home for Children, Youth, and Families, or if you prefer to make a check out to First Presbyterian Church, equal to Black Mountain Home in the memo line, please. Make sure it's there will be ushers. You saw as you came in. As you exit, there'll be ushers at the exits. So you're surrounded. We'll hear more about Black Mountain Home later in the program. So we have an introduction here. Also, after the concert, there will be a reception in Torton Hall, which is down the hall to my right, all the way to the end. You can't miss it. With finger food, snacks prepared by our members here at the church. So please join us in some delicious homemade treats. At this point, I'd like to introduce the performers for today's concert. On keyboards, Mr. Frank Armato. Frank's our music director here at First Presbyterian Church. Honestly, between he and Betsy, it's like worshiping at Carnegie Hall. Mountain Voices, conducted by Beverly Barnett and accompanied by Larry Piano. starts out this afternoon. Our first two selections, Pure Imagination and Scotch Poem, will be performed by Frank Ramon. will be Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus with Reverend Betsy Stowe on flute, accompanied by Frank Armada on piano. Thank you so much. She takes time out on Sunday mornings too to play that. It's beautiful. Our next two selections, Bridge Over Troubled Waters and Sentimental Journey, will be performed by Mountain Voices, conducted by Beverly Barnett and accompanied by Mary Pittman on piano as it gets set up. A couple things about Mountain Voices. Beverly's been leading this group for about 10 years now. I think you might remember the Carolines that preceded the Mountain Voices. Some of these maybe were Caroline members, I don't know. But I mentioned Carnegie Hall earlier. The Mountain Voices traveled to Carnegie Hall, New York, just before the pandemic hit, early 2020. So 2 weeks before the pandemic. So anyway, welcome to Mountain Voices.
When you're weary
I've always been a huge fan of vocals and harmonies. I mean, if you weren't, you are now. You have to. I was in a band for several decades, actually, a couple of bluegrass bands, and we got into it. You know, we had a lot of fun, and we got into it, not to get rich and famous or anything. And so far, that's worked out pretty good. So moving on, Frank will play for us a tune that's in your hymnal. I think it's referenced in your bulletin, called "Why Do Nations Rage Together?" So now we come to the one-year program. We're going to learn a bit more about Black Mountain Home. We have a mission statement. It is my pleasure to introduce the Development and Marketing Officer for the Black Mountain Home for Children, Youth, and Families, Ms. Ashley Starnes. We'll let Ashley tell a little bit about herself and elaborate more on Black Mountain Home. Ashley Starnes.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much. It's been kind of a dreary day, and just hearing this beautiful music has been just like ray of sunshine for me personally. Thank you so much for what you're doing for us. One of the things that I just want to share really quickly, one of the things that I do in development is I think we're all, God calls us all to bear one another's burdens, right? He calls us all to be our brother's keeper, and so as someone in development, oftentimes when you call, people want to hang up the phone because they don't want to give, but they do, because we are all eager to help one another. We all are eager to answer that call, and so today, you're being here, you're singing, you're playing, your presence is answering that call. You are being your brother's keeper. You are helping our foster care program by providing diapers for a child who was born into addiction, or you are helping us keep a sibling group together who unexpectedly lost their father and they can't find another placement, and so they come to the home to stay in our cottage program. Or your presence here is helping our 18 and over children learn how they can register to vote, how they can get their driver's license. Your presence here becomes a part of how we serve our children. Your presence here, your talents, they serve our children because you, as God's children, as image bearers of God, want to help us bear our burdens. You want to help our children bear our burdens. You are today this lovely ray of sunshine in the very dreary lives of our children. What this music has done for me today, you do for our children every day. And so we are so thankful for the partnership that we have with churches like First Presbyterian of Franklin. Because we were originally founded by the Presbytery of Western North Carolina, it is a blessing to me to see how these partnerships, while they have evolved, they've never lost the mission of glorifying God by caring for children, youth, and families. And so it is a pleasure to be here. It is an honor to be here and to represent the home and to hear these amazing songs, the amazing talent, and just to see how those relationships continue, how you continue to bear our burdens with us. That also means that I bear your burdens. So if you are ready to volunteer, hit me up. I'm your girl. I would love to get you guys connected in any way, shape, or form. But yes, thank you so much. This is such a blessing. It's like coming home in some ways. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashley. It's a critical ask by the home for support. So as you're here today, as I said, we'll have ushers at the exits. There's also an opportunity to get in Park Hall when you join us for our reception afterwards. So to continue with our program, our next performance will be Bright and Beautiful, played by Reverend Betsy Stowe on flute, accompanied by Frank Armato. performance will be In the Shade of the Old Apple Tree, played by Frank Carnado. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. I can't get enough of that. Actually, he has CDs. Patsy plays them all the time. I'd tell some jokes right now, but Patsy said zipped. No jokes, especially the ones we tell on stage. Well, our next two performances will be done by Mount Voices, Down to the River to Pray, and The Impossible Dream.
To pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brother, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brother, let's go down to the river to pray, down to the river to pray. Oh,
So fantastic. You guys are incredibly talented. And those song selections were just wonderful. I love it at you. So, unfortunately, we're at our last selection today. To close out our concert, Frank Amato will play two selections, beginning with Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. We played that at church the other day. It was fantastic. And you got a standing ovation. And Ballad Number 1 in G minor by Frederick Chopin. Fantastic, nice job. Join me, please, in a round of applause for all of our entertainers today. Thank you so much for coming. And again, we thank you for coming and supporting Black Mountain War for Children, youth and families, and we've been honored to have you visit us again here at First Presbyterian Church. Anytime. Now please join us in Tartan Hall for a delicious bunch of treats right before dinner time. And make a new friend today, for after all, today is a friendship day. So please join us down the hall. Thanks very much down the hall.